Linebacker Nolan Smith, the rest of the season, he tore his pectoral muscle. He sustained that injury against Florida this past week. So best of luck to him in a speedy recovery. And NASCAR, this is for Steve Kemp and all you NASCAR fans. The Cup Series final will be this November the 6th at Phoenix, Arizona, at the Phoenix Raceway. And so put that on your schedule as well.
Well, somebody had to pay me to watch the NASCAR race. I can't get into it.
Well, after that move I saw yesterday that he showed, that was a pretty nifty move.
I lived in Birmingham for 17 years, and I had people all the time offer me free tickets to Talladega, and I never went.
Right.
I've always heard it was a show, though. I kind of wish I would have gone to that infield and seen all the craziness.
Well, he ought to call in a second, but let me ask you a trivia question. The 20 most common food chains in Alabama that has the most number of stores or restaurants or eating joints, who is number one? Or can you name the top 10?
We'll go back to Jack for more.
Jack's is number 3, tied with Burger King. Okay.
Chick-fil-A number 1?
Chick-fil-A comes in at number 14 with 86 sites in Alabama. Burger King and Jack's have 161.
All right, maybe Taco Bell?
Taco Bell is number 5 with 151.
So, I guess McDonald's.
Subway is number 1. Steve yelled it out. Subway is number 1 with 429 locations. McDonald's is number 2 with 243.
I thought you were talking about owned in the state of Alabama. I know Jack's started in Alabama.
Yeah, now these are the ones. Here are the top 20 most common food chains in Alabama and their number of locations. I did not make myself clear, but
yeah. Subway would definitely be number 1 down here too. Subway's like every gas station down here. Actually, in a lot of gas stations down here, they have Burger King too.
Mm-hmm. Well, Pizza Hut and Domino's tie for number 6. Waffle House is 8. Hardee's is 9. Sonic is 10. And those are your top 10 most stores of food chains in Alabama.
I was telling my wife the other day, we have to go to Destin or we have to go to Panama City Beach to find a Chick-fil-A. They opened a Chick-fil-A on 38 down here at the beach. I don't even know if I can even get into the door. That's how popular that would be.
I tell you, what's the one, as we leave, as we're going to the beach to Destin, I guess we go through Elba, Op, Florala, and right before you cross 10, there is a monster Chick-fil-A on your right. It's unbelievable and it was packed. It's probably the size of 4 or 5 stores put together.
I'll tell you what, Chick-fil-A's are so well run, and whoever they hire, I mean, they do a great job of hiring as well. Because I mean, I go to the one in Sandusky. That's probably the closest one in the house near the outlet mall. And the lines will be about 25 cars deep, but you're usually 10 minutes tops, and usually get your food.
And
what do they always tell you? They always have a quote when you get your food. Somebody brought that up at a meeting one time. I can't think of what they tell you.
When you get your food, have a nice day.
Yeah. Our pleasure.
Our pleasure. Yeah. Yeah, they're real.
Great.
Yeah, they're real polite. And Troy, on busy days, they have 2 lines. They have someone there taking your order. And I remember when they had the pay it forward, a lot when you first started, they said, "Wait, yours is taken care of," and then it kind of caught on.
Yeah, somebody buys your lunch. That's happened a couple times to me.
Yeah,
I've done that before.
All right, here we go. Let's see if I can get this. Hang on, Mike. Well, hang on, Chucky. Good morning. Welcome to Today in L.A. with Mike Amos and Forrest and Mike Jr. calling in from Florida.
What's up, guys? This is Chuck Dunn.
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Coach. How you doing? How are y'all doing, guys?
We're great.
Yes, we want to hear about the Enterprise Wildcats, man. Tell us about the season. Yeah, we
we go to Baker High School Friday night and play in the first round of the playoffs. We've had we started out a little slow this year. We're in a tough region. We're in there with Auburn, City, Proudful, Palaika, Jeff Davis, Robbie Lee. So very tough region. We had Auburn and Phoenix City back-to-back, game 2 and game 3. And we lost them too, but we come back and we won 6 of the last 7 games.
Yeah,
so, we finished as a 3 seed in our region, and we get to go play Baker High School out in Mobile Friday.
Yeah. Here's what I got. Central was 7-1. Auburn was 7-1. Enterprise, you're the 3 seed. Dothan is the 4th seed with a 5-3 region record. And on the other side, Foley was 5-1. Baker, Fairhope, and Mary Montgomery all finished 4-2, but Baker is the 2 seed.
Yes,
And, congratulations.
They're the 2 seeds. They beat Foley and Fairhope when it counted. That bumped them up. Where they got the 2 seed and everything. So they're a good team. I mean, they're a big school. They have a lot of kids to pull from, and in Mobile, but we're in an extremely tough region. We joke about our region in 7A football is extremely tough. Auburn and Phoenix City, they were number 1 and number 2 ranked team in the state all year. Then Proudful, like Dothan, ourselves. It's very tough region, so we feel like we played a lot of good competition, and I'm not knocking that region, but we've got a very tough region that we played. We're playing really well right now when it counts, and we're hoping that's to our advantage.
Yeah. Hey, Chuck, so if you got 9 teams in the region, you have 8 region games. Who are your 2 non-region games this year? A team out of Florida?
It was tough. We played a team out of Panama City, Bay High School. We played them first, and then we wound up, we had to pick up another non-region game, and we picked up Rehoboth. And, it's tough being here in Enterprise. The only big school around here is Dothan. So it's kind of hard finding schools. So we picked up Rehoboth, and we played them for homecoming this year just where we could add another game. We were late getting in here. We all got in here in January and February, so it's kind of hard late trying to find games. So there were only 2.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Chuck Dunn. What is your role? He's an assistant coach at Enterprise High School, the Wildcats. Chuck, what is your role with the team and your teaching responsibilities?
Well, the older I get, Coach Lee, more things get added to me. I'm the strength coach. I'm the head strength coach for 9 through 12 football. That's the only athletes I train. I'm the nutrition coach. I'm the director of nutrition for football. I'm the director of football operations for football, and then I coach linebackers on the defense side of the ball.
So, wow. Now, Chuck, if you will, we lost. Mike, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
Okay, I got you.
I have a little one. I'm trying to walk. I'm young. I had to run out there and see what she was.
Yeah.
What she was needing. Actually.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one thing about the format in 7A football, you advance to play in the championship game. You got to win the first round, the second round, the third round. The fourth round, you have a bye because there's not that many teams in 7A football. And so, Chuck, with our best hope for the Wildcats, the championship game for 7A will be on Wednesday, November the 30th at 7 o'clock.
Yes, that's correct.
Let's win this one, and it's one step at a time. And what are some of the things that are the most positive things about Enterprise? If you can mention some of your fellow coaches that you have down there as well.
There's a lot of great things about Enterprise. Number one, Enterprise is, you take the university, it's Troy. It's a good old town that everybody knows each other. And, we have a youth school that's really beautiful and great. I don't know if y'all ever been here, but we've got some of the best facilities in the country. We all know about brand new facility. It's unbelievable. You know, we as far as our administration, you know, we have our great superintendent, Bill Thomas, and then our assistant superintendent is a toy guy, Patrick Kane. Y'all know
Yeah,
Patrick.
from Charles Henderson High School.
Yeah. So those two guys do an unbelievable job of leading this program. And with Stan Sauls is our principal. He's a toy graduate. You know, so we have great leadership, and we have an unbelievable coaching staff. You know, we've got 7 coaches that coach college football. You know, 2 of them came off of Chip Lindsey's staff last year, Cole Weeks and Dane Brown.
Okay.
John Turner coaches South Alabama, Steve Chattanooga, Clemson, Auburn. You know, we got them 2 guys. We got Granson Wagstaff, who played for Gene Stallings, played here. Randy Hart, who plays for Terry Bowden. We got Willie Fales, who was an all-conference linebacker for Purdue. You know, Clark Quisenberry, who was a great tight end for Troy with Neil Brown. Y'all should remember that name.
His granddaddy is who? Charles Clark?
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, Charles Clark.
Charles Clark, who coached at Crenshaw Christian Academy, coached Gene Allen.
Yeah, Neil Brown never threw the tight end though, Chuck. So
yes, I know. Yeah, but you know, we've got 2 guys on our staff that play college football that are from Enterprise. So we have an unbelievable staff. You know, I mean, Ben Blackman, who's our head coach. You know, Ben Blackman was Spanish Fort, Greenville, Gulf Shores. He's from Robbie Lee. He was a quarterback for Larry Blakeney. You know, during that area with Brock Nutter and them guys, and so we have a great staff. And you know, but Enterprise is a great place to live. You know, and go to school. You know, it's Troy, but just a little bit bigger. You know, it takes the university away, and you know, we're very fortunate to have great facilities. We're trying to build an indoor facility like UAB has. That's our big project we got going on right now. You know, but we're just happy to be in the playoffs. You know, we all got the job here in January, February. So, you know, this team, you know, when you start late, you know, it takes you a minute. And that's what happened at the beginning of the year. We started gelling about halfway through, but you know, playing great competition. You know, we had Auburn beat, you know, 24-21, 6 minutes ago, and we didn't know how to win the game, and I think we've learned from that. You know, but you know, we're excited. We told our guys that, hey, everybody's 0-0. You know,
That's right.
There's 16 teams left. You know, 16 teams left. You know, and we want to be 1-0 and be 1-8. You know, is what we're looking for. That's our goal.
Yeah. Now, is Tony Stonecker on staff there?
Yeah, I was just going to mention him because I knew you know him. You know, Tony Stonecker is our defense coordinator. He's got 41 years of high school coaching. You know, he's been around a long time, Coach Lee.
Wow.
Not saying your age, Coach Lee, but he's been around a long time.
Yeah.
You know, he's from Greenville, Alabama. He's good friends with Gene Allen. And he's been everywhere, you know, but a great find. And I love working with him and those defense coaches as well. But he was the last one I was going to mention because I knew you knew him.
Okay.
You know,
Hey, Chuck, I'm interested in, you know, Enterprise and Fort Rucker. Of course, they're kind of hand in hand. So how many kids do y'all get from Rucker?
Well, our best defensive lineman, who is going to be an all-conference, he'll make first team all-state this year, 7A. He's a junior. He's a Samoan kid that's military that moved in here. But you know, they either live in Delma, go Delma, but we get a huge portion that live in our district. You know, I don't know the exact number, but we have an unbelievable number, you know, of that because of military, you know. But you know,
but I guess it's a good thing and a bad thing. You can lose kids and then gain new kids. Is that kind of way it works?
True. That's true. You know, we're very fortunate. The ones we got now, hopefully, going to be here. But the running joke we have is, you know, there's not 6'6" pilots, you know, that's going to have a son 6'6". You know, that's the running joke around here. But you know, yeah, there's so many kids to pull from. You know, I mean that. You know, I mean we have a lot to pull from. You know, we have my son who's a 9th grader. They finished with 56 of them kids. We started with 80. We finished with 56. You know, so we have a big freshman class that, you know, we're hoping going to build from for next year. we have a huge 10th and 11th grade class. Our seniors aren't that. We don't have a lot of seniors. That's the other thing about us. We have 3 seniors that play on defense, and we have 5 that play on offense, whether they start or rotate. So we don't have many seniors. We're big junior and sophomore oriented. Our sophomore safety that's got about 10 or 12 Power 5 offers. He's just a 10th grader. We're lucky in that aspect, but we've had to grow up this year, so that's kind of helped us and hurt us too.
Hey,
So
Chuck.
y'all got another Marcus Jones in the way, huh?
Yeah, he's pretty dang good. The difference is he's 6'2", plays safety for us. And like I said, he's a special kid. He's really good.
Chuck, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just read on Alabama.com this morning that the Alabama North-South All-Star football game has been announced. The rosters have, and y'all have 2 players that have made that. If you'll allude to that, it's going to be played at the University of South Alabama.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Trey Kimmerlin is a 6'3" receiver. The interesting fact about Trey made the game-winning shot in the basketball state championship game last year versus St. Park. And he's a 6-foot receiver. He's got great hands. He go up and get the ball. He's a great player for us. He's a deep ball threat. Michael Johnson, we call MJ. He's special. He made first team All-State last year as a junior. He's got a bunch of offers. Well, I'm hoping Troy will pull the trigger because he wants to come to Troy. But those 2 guys are great players for us on offense. And then our head coach, Ben Blackman, he's going to coach quarterbacks in that game. So we're excited about those guys getting them out.
And that's going to be held December the 16th at the University of South Alabama Hancock Whitney Stadium.
And that game, guys, used to be played in July. Y'all remember when the North-South game, and they moved it to December. So there's better players playing in it. That's created more competition. So we're excited about them making it, playing in it, and Coach Blackman coaching in it.
Right. Well,
Tell me this, Chuck. I know you got a lot of relationships in college football. Of course, you were at South Alabama, you were at Jack State, you're at UAB. Do you keep up with any of those former coaches, Coach Clark and Brian?
Oh yeah,
It's now the interim coach at UAB.
Yeah, y'all know me. I'm a social guy. I keep in touch with all those guys. Starting with Coach Clark, me and him talk once a week. We have a routine when we talk. And I love him to death. Me and him were so close, and I'm praying his health continues doing good. He's doing really good right now. He's kind of enjoying himself, but he's missing football too. First time in forever that he gets to kind of do what he wants to. Spending some family time. But he's doing really well with his health. Me and Brian, we talk probably about every 2 weeks. His schedule's pretty busy. We text all the time, but his schedule's pretty busy. There's several guys on that staff that I talk to. Dewan Walker, who played at Troy. We were at Prattville and all the places together. When UAB shut the program down, he got out of it. He left UAB like I did. We talk once a week too. We see each other as much as we can, but I see a bunch of them guys and talk to them and keep in contact, And I know you want to know about Brian Vincent. UAB, they've got the second lead rusher in Division I football.
McBride's phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah, they've lost to FAU and Charlotte on the road. That team is kind of lingering a little bit from losing Coach Park. Coach Park is a man that when he coaches you, you have a special bond with him, and but they're doing a great job. Brian, he's doing everything Coach. He's doing it the same way. The staff's the same. Darren Henshaw's the only coach they added. But they had 2 games on the road. They slipped up and lost, and lost to Liberty at home, they lost to Liberty on the road too. Excuse me. They've lost 3 games on the road. Them guys are going to bounce back. That's a great coaching staff, great team. And you got the second lead rusher in Division I. They're going to keep pounding the football. They're going going to stop the run, do all that kind of stuff. So, you know, but I keep up with him. I keep up with John Summerall. Me and John Summerall talk once a week. You know, he's doing a phenomenal job at Troy. I'm so happy for him, guys.
Six and two. I mean, Troy fans don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
but Amos,
it's unbelievable. I mean, and we don't have a proven. I mean, consistent quarterback play. You're 6-2.
Yeah. But Amos, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell everybody on the show that me and you talked about. When you hire a defensive-minded coach, this is what you get. You know, Bill Clark, Saban, Kirby Smart, Summerall. They're playing great defense. They're ball control. They're taking care of the football, and they're playing good special teams. You know, and you know that's the character. That's why Bill Clark was successful. You know, that's Saban, that's Kirby Smart. You know, and that's what Summerall's doing. And I'm very happy for him. And you know, and they're going to recruit some better guys on offense to score more. But when you play great defense and you take care of the football, you're going to win games. You know, so.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for all those guys.
It's amazing to say the least. So as far as Coach Blackman, I know Brian, his brother's at Central Florida. I mean, do they stay in constant contact as well?
Oh, yeah. He Coach Blackman usually gets Brian on FaceTime sometime during the week, and we'll all get a chance to see him and holler at him, you know, and everything. That's another Troy graduate, you know, that's coaching, you know, Brian.
They're at number 25 in the college playoff. They're number 25.
Yeah.
And UAB, you want to throw this in, they host the University of Texas San Antonio this weekend. But go ahead, Chuck.
That's going to be a big game. You know, they're going to come in. I know they're going to bounce back from losing last week, you know, FAU. But, you know, I've been to FAU. That's a hard place to play, you know, Coral Gables, you know. But I know I texted with them on Sunday. You know, they were down and out, but they're going to bounce back, go back to work. And I expect them to pull through this week, you know. And you know, I'm looking forward to Troy playing Saturday and all them guys. But it starts with us. You know, we leave Thursday going to Mobile. We're going to go Thursday night, spend the night in Mobile. You know, that's a long trip, you know, and everything where we can be kind of ready to play on Friday is what we're hoping.
Mm-hmm. What is Baker's record?
Well, they're 4-6, but they've won the 4 games they needed to. You know, they lost to Mountain Brook last week in game 10. But Mountain Brook's pretty good. We all know Mountain Brook. But they again, they beat Fairhope, they beat Foley. You know, they won the games they had to get in the region, you know, and finish second. You know, they've lost. Their quarterback, the Division I quarterback, he's a junior. He's 6'3", about 215. You know, so you know, the offense runs through him. You know, and you know, their defensive line coach is Craig Sanders from Harrison, Alabama. That played D line at Auburn. Probably heard him in that name.
Yeah,
you know,
number 9.
Yeah, but you know, Baker's a huge school. You know, huge. You know, they get a lot of kids from that side of Mobile. They pull through. You know, and you know, so again, there's 16 teams left. We're hoping that we're one of 18. You know, come Sunday, and all we want to be is 1-0, and then we'll. But you know, just again, let y'all know how this format goes. I know, Forrest, you were talking about it. You know, but again, technically this is round 2. You can say there's a bye, whatever, but you know, different. Everybody starting with 32 teams, but you know, basically, if this thing works out, you know, our region could match up round 2 and round 3. You know, because if Dothan beats Foley, Auburn wins, Phoenix City wins, we win, we'd all be playing each other the next 2 weeks. You know, and that's the difference in 7A and the other region. You know.
Yeah, y'all have no natural rival except Dothan. I mean, there's just not many South Alabama. I mean, 7A schools in South Alabama where y'all are.
And us and Dothan is a huge rival. It was a big game when we had to go to Dothan and beat them. You know, that's a huge rival and everything. But yeah, Dothan will beat Foley, and then Auburn and Pink City win. I'm hoping we do our job. You know, but you know, so that's how the things worked out. You know, there's only 4 regions in 7A football, 2 in the north, 2 in the south. You know, so that's how it worked out.
Yeah. Here's what I got: Foley plays Dothan, Auburn plays Fairhope, Central of Phoenix City plays the Montgomery Vikings out of Sims.
No, Mary Montgomery.
Mary Montgomery. Yeah.
Charles
Yeah.
Henderson beat them.
Yeah. Baker versus Enterprise. Hoover versus Bob Jones. Florence. Yeah. Okay. Florence versus Hewitt Trustful.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good game.
Austin, the Black Bears of Austin versus Vestavia Hills.
Yeah.
Thompson versus the Huntsville Panthers.
Yeah, they'll kill him.
That's Fleetwood, isn't it? And Huntsville?
Yes, that is. That's Coach Fleetwood.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, that again, there's 14. There's not a lot of the other classifications, And this is my first time in 7A. Because I was a traveler for so long. But there was only 6 days then. So it's my first time getting a taste of less rounds, and which is good. I mean, you still got to prepare. You still got to out prepare. You still got to out perform. Every week in the playoffs. That's how it works. If you want to keep playing, you got to do those things. So, but we're excited. We've had a good week of practice. The flu hit us last week. We had a bunch of kids out with the flu.
Mm-hmm.
We had to go to Montgomery last week and Canton Bowl, which is a place to play. But we pulled that game out and we got everybody back. The sickness has gone away. So, we're feeling hopefully pretty good. We got 1 or 2 guys that are banged up. We hope to get back. So, we're excited about going down to Baker and play.
So how many of those great basketball players in Enterprise play football? The most one play both?
Yeah, there's of the JV and varsity basketball teams. There's 20 kids. 13 of them play football. They're playing foot right now. My son Jordan is on the freshman football team. Again, the receiver Trey Kimlin, he made the game-winning shot. Last year's state championship game. Michael Johnson, the other guy in the game, he plays basketball. So yeah, the varsity basketball thing. I think only 3 don't play on the varsity team.
Mm-hmm. Who's the head basketball coach? A Harrelson kid?
Yeah, Red Harrelson. Let me tell you a quick story about him. He's all-time leading scorer in 6A basketball. He played here, went to Western Carolina. He's back here coaching. But let me tell you a quick fact about him. When he was in school, the storm hit down here. He's the only person in the history of the school that played in the old gym, Enterprise Junior College, and the new gym.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but listen, guys. Listen, we're about to go to meeting.
That's fine. We appreciate it, man.
But listen, I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I love y'all's show. Y'all know I'm a Troy guy and love Troy and all that. So I love doing stuff like this, and I appreciate y'all talking about it.
Hey, Chuck, next time you come on, we'll talk about John Reeves. We'll tell John Reeves' story.
That takes 2 shows, man. You know that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking to Chuck Dunn. He's an assistant football coach at Enterprise High School. They travel to Mobile to take on Baker this Friday. Good luck, Chuck, and thank you for calling in.
I appreciate it, guys. Tell Mr. Mike I said hello.
We will.
All right, appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break, and we want to thank our sponsors, and we'll be back after these messages.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
These teenage years can be tricky to navigate, especially when it comes to teaching my son about managing money. I'm thankful for helpful tools like Sidekick from Max. With Sidekick, requesting and rewarding money is easy. He can earn it by completing chores, making honor roll, or simply making a request from his own app. I love that I can easily monitor his purchases and set limits to help him learn to make smart choices with his spending, even on video games. Sidekick, find it in your Max app.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Our wide selection of pre-owned vehicles looks so good, you'll think they're new.
So take the short drive to Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama.
Welcome back to Today in LA with Mike Amos. I'm Forrest Lee, and on the phone we have Will Matthews calling in and Mike Jr. calling in from Florida. Welcome, Will.
How y'all doing?
We're good. We're good.
We're good. We had an update on Enterprise Hospital season. They had a new coach, Ben Blackman, that moved over from Spanish Fort. They've had a really good year at Enterprise. Chuck Gunn, friend of ours from Troy, is on the staff. And then we know several guys from Troy University that were on the staff last year under Chip Lindsey. They were on Coach Blackman's staff as well. So that's what the Enterprise. Well, I didn't realize Auburn fired their coach, and then they fired every assistant coach from Boise State that had ties to Hartson as well. They have a skeleton crew the rest of the year. And Cornell Williams, of course, has no head coaching experience. What do you think the rest of Auburn's year looks like?
They might be Western Kentucky.
You think that might be the only one?
Yeah. I think they're going to get drilled. Mississippi State's going to drill Saturday night.
Yeah, Coach Leach is, kind of not on the hot seat, but it's kind of getting a little warmer. Started off well this season, and now have struggled their last few games. Be interesting to see how Mississippi State plays coming off an off week as well.
Yeah. Well, they look pretty bad.
Did you watch any of the MAC games last night? I didn't watch anything.
I did not.
Who won the World Series game? Did Philadelphia win for?
The Phillies,
Philly won 7-0.
they knocked out 5 home runs. 5.
Wow,
So
they're phenomenal at home.
Yeah.
So where Justin Johnson won $38 million on the list for, I think that was a pretty good decision to move over.
And that's, hey, Michael, that's not counting the $120 million he got for signing Willie.
good.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man, that's unbelievable. Need to mention also that we've got Charles Henderson, and we got Charles Henderson's playing Williamson out of Mobile. That game will be Friday night for us.
Yes. Yes.
So we encourage everybody to come out and support this phenomenal Charles Henderson team this year.
Here's what
Go and buy tickets on the app. What is the app called for?
it's called. GoFan.com. Scroll to Charles Henderson High School, and it shows all the games that they'll be having soon. But it costs $10 to go to the game, and then there's a $1 processing fee, so it'll be $11. And you have to have that app to enter the game and all playoff games. But also in our local schedule, Choctaw will be at Brantley. Southern Choctaw will be at Elba. St. Luke's is coming to G.W. Long. Ayrton will host Chickasaw out of Mobile. Highland Home will host Isabella. Luverne travels to Vincent. Hugh Fountain and W.S. Neal come up to Opt to play Mike DeBose. Pike County will travel to Excel. Carroll of Ozark will travel to Gulf Shores. Faith Academy will be at Eufaula. Wilcox Academy will be at Crenshaw Christian Academy in Luverne. As we mentioned, Enterprise will travel to Baker High School in the Mobile area, and Williamson of Mobile will be coming to Charles Henderson. So support your local playoff teams. And you mentioned yesterday, Will, that the undefeated Houston Academy drew, you said Mobile Christian, is that correct?
Yes.
And Mobile Christian, ladies and gentlemen, had to forfeit about 4 or 5 games because they made a mistake and played an ineligible player. Well, they made the playoffs as the number 4 seed, but if they had,
They were 0-7.
they were 0-7.
Oh, after all the forfeits.
So they won 3 in a row. So that they made the playoffs. If that not had happened, they might would have been undefeated and been the number 1 seed. So that has thrown a kink in Houston Academy's plans.
They're
Now,
not happy.
Anyway,
AJ is not happy.
so at least
Well, they're undefeated for a reason. I mean, maybe they can find a way, hopefully, to play one of their better games and beat Mobile Christian. But I will say, you have to think talent-wise, Mobile Christian will probably have more talent than Houston Academy. So we'll see what happens. Need to mention Alabama Ole Miss is now got a TV slot. It's going to be on CBS at 2:30 next weekend. So if Alabama beats LSU, which is a top 10 team, Ole Miss is number 11 in the ranking, so they'll probably be in the top 10 when Alabama plays them in Oxford. I don't know what Lane Kiffin's going to do during the off week to fix his defense. So his defense is not great at Ole Miss. Played a little bit better against A&M, but even A&M's offense scored 28 points. So, of course, Alabama's got to get through LSU first. What do you think about that Alabama-LSU game, Will?
I can't believe Alabama's favored by 13 points. That doesn't make sense.
Especially the way Alabama's played on the road lately. Especially in the last couple of years.
It's going to be a dogfight. I'm thinking it's going to be like a 17-14 game or 21-17 game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
mm-hmm.
Y'all ever notice on Alabama's defense? I mean, they never win the line of scrimmage. I mean, you never really see too many negative plays other than, Will Anderson, Dallas Turner getting some sacks. But as far as running the ball, that's one thing I've noticed about Alabama over the last 2 or 3 years. Our defensive linemen don't get tackles in the backfield anymore. They usually, the running backs from whatever school they play usually get positive games, especially on 4th and shorts and 3rd and 1. That's not the normal Alabama I remember from the past.
Well, we don't have 2 defensive linemen who are out, DJ Dale and
DJ Dale is supposed to be back, and then they lost a guy, number 92. Can't think of his name for the year because of a neck injury.
Right.
So they actually lost a guy, and then they've got 2 guys that didn't play against Mississippi State, even though it didn't matter. So that's one thing about Pete Golden's defense is I don't feel like they win at the line of scrimmage. I don't know if Alabama will make a move in the offseason. If they lose a couple more games here the next few weeks. Because I've never been impressed with Golden as defense coordinator. I don't know about y'all.
There's been a lot of stuff on Facebook, Michael, people saying that Golden's new coach at Auburn, that Bill O'Brien's new coach at Auburn. I mean, all kind of funny stuff.
I can see Bill O'Brien because he has previous coaching experience, at Penn State. He led them out of that debacle. And then, of course, coaching the pros for 8 years. I can't believe we're not hearing more about Dan Mullen, especially with his relationship with the Mississippi State athletic director.
I don't think he's the answer. I mean, I don't know much about it, but it's going to be interesting to see.
Did Dan Mullen destroy his career at Florida?
I think Dan Mullen's career went the way of Urban Meyer's career after Urban Meyer's playing with Jacksonville.
Another name you've not heard at all is Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
I mean, would Urban Meyer not win the press conference? Would that not make the Auburn fan base excited?
Well, Urban Meyer would be good if they could get him, but I don't think he's going to go to Auburn.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
I don't know.
Urban Meyer. Remember the judge spoke this on November the 2nd, 2022. I think Urban Meyer is the next coach at Notre Dame.
There you go.
If Marcus Freeman beats Clemson this weekend, I think his job's going to be fine. They're actually playing pretty good now.
Yeah.
Who do you favor in that game?
Hard to believe that they got beat by Marshall at home, and Troy beat Marshall in Troy, and Marshall only scored 7 points against Troy.
That's still something good for Troy.
Yeah,
Troy's got a good team.
Troy's given up one touchdown in the month of October. Is that right? One, I think I read that somewhere.
You know, they always say about defense. What they say about defense, defense travels. And Troy,
What about
Troy's,
the Louisiana game? What's the line on that?
Troy's actually a 6-point favorite at Lafayette, which is a surprise to me. I thought that would be close to pick 'em.
Yeah.
Well, besides football and golf, is there another sport that you really cater to?
Not really.
Well,
You never got into basketball at Vandy?
I love basketball at Vandy, but Vandy is so terrible in basketball the last few years. It's not even, not working.
Yeah.
Now, I did get into Alabama a little bit back when Nate Oates first got to Alabama. They had a real good year, won the conference and won the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were huge Wimp Sanderson fans at Alabama. I don't know how many games I went to when Wimp was there.
Will, do you have to take your shoes off to count the number of grandchildren you got?
I got 5 under 4 years old, and I had all 5 of them at my office. Halloween, we had 4,000 people downtown Ozark Halloween. It was unbelievable.
5 under 4?
Yeah, 5 under 4.
That's
From the Will Matthews of the Will Matthews Law Firm. Also, want to mention Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep. Say hello to Jason Gregory today. They're selling tons of vehicles out there at Premier.
Mm-hmm.
Want to thank all our sponsors. Of course, we've got Auburn playing Mississippi State. Troy's at Lafayette. We mentioned UAV's at home this weekend. They got a big game against the University of Texas San Antonio. Is South Alabama playing this weekend, or are they all?
That South Alabama is at Georgia Southern.
Oh, now that's the game that we really need Georgia Southern to win that.
Yeah. Here's some key.
We need South Alabama to get 2 losses in conference.
Yeah. Here's from Appalachian State's at Coastal Carolina. Marshall's
It's
at
a really good game.
Marshall at Old Dominion. South Alabama at Georgia Southern. James Madison is at Louisville.
Louisville's red hot.
Mm-hmm. Kentucky's at Missouri. Florida at Texas A&M. Who's going to win that one?
Man, I'm gonna go with Florida. I can't see Texas A&M beating anybody the way that offense is.
Liberty is at Arkansas. South Carolina at Vandy. Of course, Tennessee at Georgia. Other games, Texas Tech is at TCU. Oklahoma State's at Kansas. Penn State at Indiana. Clemson at Notre Dame. You got Wake Forest at North Carolina State. Texas at Kansas State. Florida State at Miami.
That's a big game for Texas.
Texas at Kansas State. Florida State at Miami. Air Force versus Army. Georgia Tech versus Virginia Tech. Baylor at Oklahoma. Neil Brown and West Virginia travel to Iowa State.
Mercy.
Yep.
It just doesn't get any easier for West Virginia.
And Syracuse is at Pittsburgh. That's just a few. And tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have our Pick'em show in the morning. And Friday.
Yeah, Will, have you got the picks ready for tomorrow?
I have not. I haven't even looked at them, Michael. I've got court in Troy tomorrow, 9 o'clock. So I may be in Troy tomorrow morning.
Well, if you want to ease on in, you're more than welcome to.
Drop by before court.
Okay. Well, please do. On Friday, ladies and gentlemen, we have Coach Tim Faison. He's the head basketball coach at Charles Henderson High School. He's going to bring 3 of his seniors on the show, so tune in for Friday as well. We're going to talk about Charles Henderson High School basketball. They had a good year last year, and I think Coach Faison is expecting a good year this year. They'll start their season this Saturday. High school basketball is about to be in full swing, and high school playoffs this Friday. Of course, college football, this is a big weekend. A lot of things are going to change. We have Camp Stew at the not American Red Cross, but the Salvation Army call them. You can pick it up tomorrow. A lot of things
you got
going on.
You got football tonight if you want to watch it. You got MAC games. You got Central Michigan against Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois is 5.5-point favorite. Western Michigan against Bowling Green. Bowling Green's a 4.5-point favorite. So you got 2 football games tonight if you want to watch them. I will not watch those games, but
what about baseball?
Baseball tonight, you got Houston against Philly.
At Philly?
Houston's going against their at their ace going NOLA. So NOLA is pitching tonight for the Phillies. So big game tonight. I'll probably try to watch a little bit of the World Series. I've got a big line event at Owl Peak, so I'll try to watch it while I watch my buddy from Napa talk about some amazing Pinot Noirs. So.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in today. Again, we had Chuck Dunn, who's an assistant coach at Enterprise. He's been around this area. He grew up in Troy, and he's coached throughout the South, and he's been in college level coaching, and we wish him and the Wildcats the best of luck this Friday. Charles Henderson plays. A lot of local teams are playing. Good luck to you. Go out and support your local high school football and basketball teams, cheerleaders, the band. Ladies and gentlemen, you can tune in this afternoon at 1:30. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube. You go to TC2 TV, and you can watch our show. And we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning on Today in LA with Mike Amos. Thank you for joining us. Have a good day. Ms. Hump.